Hey everyone, welcome to another Explorer and Pioneer video here on Magic Arena. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. So today we are playing some Jeskai Control with the new Jeskai Revelation. So this is one of those super splashy spells with lots of effects, kind of the same kind of factory as Magma Opus. So this is 7 mana for an instant. Return target spell or permanent to its owner's hand. 4 damage to any target. Create 2 white and 1/1 white monk creature tokens with prowess. Draw 2 cards. You gain 4 life. So very, very kind of splashy and powerful effect. And not only are we kind of building up to be able to cast it with 7 mana, but we are doing Torrential Gearhulk things. So Gearhulk is a 5/6 for 6 with flash, and when it enters you can cast an instant from your graveyard without paying its mana cost. So if we've already cast one of these, or if you put it into the graveyard with something like a Fable or a Fable second chapter or a Prismari command or a Stern Lesson, then we are able to just use the Gearhulk. So not only do we get to cast the 7 mana spell for 6, but we also get a 5/6 left around at the end of it. So that's a pretty potent combination. So yeah, the rest of the deck is Jeskai Control. So this is an interesting one in that most control decks tend to kind of either be a counter control, kind of passing the turn and responding to what the opponent's doing, or tap out control, where you kind of use all of your mana on your turn to answer whatever it is the opponent's played. This deck is kind of sits in between those two things. You know, there are times when you want to play Fables proactively, and sometimes you're going to want to hold back with No More Lies or removal. And so there's a kind of tension there, which may make it sometimes a little challenging to pilot. We are also running a card which I don't think we've used before, Chain to the Rocks. So this is one of the Oblivion Ring style effects. This one targets any creature, but it can only be enchanted onto a mountain you control. So if you look at our mana base, we've got, as well as kind of Sacred Foundries and Steam Vents, and we've got quite a lot of the tri-lands of the various combinations of 3 colours. Obviously 4 copies of Ralgrin Triome, this being a Jeskai deck. But we've got some other ones as well, just so that we have as many mountains as possible for this incredibly cheap effect. You know, 1 mana to remove any creature, as long as we have a mountain, I think is pretty potent. And then yeah, there's kind of removal. Stern Lesson, not a card you see hugely often. 2 cards, draw 2 cards and discard a card, but it also creates a tapped Power Stone, which kind of ramps us up towards casting Torrential Gearhulk perhaps a little earlier than we would otherwise. And then some kind of classic Prismari command is kind of, yeah, versatile. It's ramp, as is Fable. You know, there's these 3 drops are kind of good ways of just getting us a little bit more mana, because we are looking to cast our top end as quickly as possible. And then, as I say, the mana base a little bit complicated by the fact that we have so many additional lands, which are also mountains, and we're kind of relying on the verges to kind of do the work for us here. So yeah, it's quite a complex mana base for a 3-color deck, and it's a Yorion deck, of course, like many of these are. So it is 80 cards, so there is quite a lot of variance in the mana. So it'll be interesting to see if that causes us any problems. Then at the sideboard, so another Chain to the Rocks, just if we need that kind of early removal. Same with cards like Knockout Blow and Temporary Lockdown. These are all kind of anti-aggro. Rest in Peace is obviously Graveyard Hate. We've got a few more counter spells which change the equation, and then another Farewell for some mass removal. So that's Jeskai Control. Interesting. Jeskai Revelation. Splashy. Fun. Will it actually do anything? Let's find out. So thank you very much for watching. And yeah, let's take this onto the ladder. Yes, I think this hand is okay. We've got this discard outlet if we feel like we've drawn too many lands. Do I want to keep the Triome to discard? No, I think I'll make sure I get all of the kind of just fix our mana early. Okay, well, Thoughtseize is quite annoying. Don't like it. Don't take my Stern Lesson. Okay, they didn't take my Stern Lesson. It's very generous of them. Yeah, okay, we'll get Steam Vents into play. Oh, okay, so this might be Greasefang or something similar. Given it's 3 colours, including, so it's Mardu. Okay, well, that's good. So I don't think we're in any hurry to necessarily Supreme Verdict. And a Croxer. Okay, that's fine. 3 cards in graveyard is not the worst, so I'll discard this Plains. How worried am I about my life total? Yeah, I think that's one we can potentially proactively Supreme Verdict later. Stern Lesson's a good draw here. Ooh, Valor's Flagship. That's fun. Okay, well, let's see if they try and do the thing. Nope. I shall take myself off for a Stern Lesson. So yeah, let's see. 4 cards in graveyard. I could proactively Verdict. Yeah. Ooh, that's slightly awkward in terms of the way it's tapped our mana, though. Yeah, unfortunately, it doesn't look like they have a Greasefang, but Fatal Push in the bin. Shame we don't have Jeskai Revelation, really. Yeah, that's fine. I think I'll just discard Get Lost here. Use this to kill Croxer. Block their token. Yeah, that's all very snazzy stuff. I'll keep this as... I think what I'm going to do here is Yorion Blinking Gearhulk. And we'll recast Stern Lesson. Yep, Lightning Helix is pretty good, so discard Lounge. And we've got an answer, as I say to Greasefang, if they try and do that now. Nope, just using maps. Maps are fine, we're fine with maps. Parhelion going in the bin is pretty good. I am not going to try and Helix this, just in case they do have Greasefang. Okay. Well, I'll fire a Helix at their face. Yeah, Sky Sovereign by itself, not a huge problem. Just drawing a land there was pretty sad. I don't really want to... Because if I trade, they can bring back Croxer. Is that necessarily a problem? Well, I suppose not, because... I'll go to 10. My kingdom for a revelation. It's interesting. Why did they not bring back Croxer? Ugh. Wow. What a draw. Okay, well you can have that one then. Yeah, we got a little unlucky there. That was quite annoying. So I'll pop in Rest in Peace. Take out probably Dovin's Veto. I think leave pretty much everything else the same, although I suppose Supreme Verdict isn't doing much for us here. Yeah, maybe take those out. Keep in a couple of vetoes just in case. This'll do fine. Wish I would leave my hand alone. And an Overlord of the Balemerc. 2 Parhelions in the bin. Well, we'll start doing our thing. No.
No more distractions. That's not...
No white land is pretty positive. So we'll discard Revelation. Okay, Helix is great. Just in case. What am I discarding?
Don't overthink things.
Probably Farewell. Don't think I need it at this point in the game. Yeah, okay. So, I think, do we take the risk of killing Liliana? I think we probably should.
A delay, nothing more.
Okay, well, we're one turn away from being able to do Gearhulk into Revelation. Oh, FOMO is not Greasefang. I think I'll trade here quite happily. Or what do you want to do, my friend? Okay. So we will send this back to their hand, or actually will we? I'm going to have to cancel all of these in a sec. We'll kill that. Yeah, no, that's fine. I don't mind them having their Overlord back. Kill their FOMO. It was coming down anyway. Okay. Start with Rest in Peace. I think we can happily just hold up Stern Lesson for a turn. Their Overlord is now just a 5/5 with no text. I mean, yes, Gearhulk is a little bit of a nombo with Rest in Peace, but never mind. Yeah, I'll just pass the turn again. Fair enough. Take out that. Nyeh. I'll go to 6. Pass the turn. We've got no more lies. Yep. Can have FOMO. They might play Greasefang just as a creature here or something. Yep. I'll counter that. Yeah, I really wouldn't. We'll have ourselves a 1/1. Ooh, nice. Okay, well, I'll leave you to figure it out. Yep.
Feel the energy of battle, then guide it like
So that was a decent configuration, though we are now on the draw, which does make life more difficult. Knockout Blow doesn't really do anything for us. Chain to the Rocks. Yeah, I'll trim a Chained. I'll put in the other Veto. Veto's not a great answer for Greasefang, but does answer some of their spells. Hmm. Trouble is the three games in a row are being got by a turn one Thoughtseize. It never stops. Interesting they didn't take Helix. That does interest me. Bum ba bum. What's going on here? Well, they're not going to be able to Greasefang. Oh wait, maybe they can. Well, that was silly, wasn't it? But they don't have it. Okay, that's fine. Blimey. Gonna need something good at some point. This Jeskai Revelation isn't doing a huge amount for us here in our hand. Okay. Well, I'm going to have to take out there. So again, if they have Greasefang, they can do the thing. To be honest, that punt I made with a blood token at this point would have made any difference. I'd still have had the same hand. Still would have been Thoughtseized. No, okay, so we still don't have Greasefang yet. Can they find it now? No. Okay, but they do have another draw step to look for it. Okay, no more lies is good. That gives us an answer if they do find it. Yep. Okay, that one I can no more lies. Well, that's good not having to lose any life here, but it's going to be a close one. If I could Gearhulk now, what would I do? I don't think I need to. Okay, well, I'll play the Gearhulk. Lightning Helix will answer one Harvester. That's fine. So I take 6, go to 8. Okay, again, not having to lose any life here is pretty nice. Okay, well, let's fire off the Revelation. That can go back. I'll do 4 damage to their Reflection. Yep, blood, dead. You know what? Because I know I'm going to be casting it again. Yeah, if they'd attacked with both, I'd have blocked the original version, but I don't need to block the copy. Okay. So, I'll play a land. We'll just pass and chill, because we know what we're doing. We know what we're doing. Big claim. Okay, well, we'll Gearhulk now. Jeskai Revelation. I think I'll send the Overlord back. I don't really need to counter their Thoughtseize. They can just play it again. For the Overlord, they don't have the mana to cast. So I suppose once again, they may be able to Greasefang. No, they don't have it. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, still not there. So they're on the truck for a boatload of damage here. Can I kill them? Yeah, I probably can if I play the Wandering Emperor.
Run away.
Cool, okay, that was very back and forth. Couple of points there where the opponent might have had the advantage if they'd drawn a little better, but similarly in that first game, I think I was probably the favourite for most of it and then just flooded out a bit. So, yeah. Pretty good performance there by the Jack. Well, now that we've done Revelation into flashing back Revelation, I feel like we've achieved the stated aim of what's going on here. Okay, is this a control mirror perhaps? Looks like it. Oh, a strict proctor, that's fun. Well, that's dying, isn't it? I'm not having that spoiling my view. Okay, this is all fine. It's a little land heavy at the moment, but we'll continue to work around that with our card draw effects. That's fine if that's one that they want to use a discontinuity for. I'm not going to be too upset about that. I'll pop your into my hand, give us the option to both veto and Prismari command. Yeah, can be vetoed. It's all happening very quickly here, isn't it? That's a number of stern lessons I'm giving myself. Need to give myself a good talking to. Yeah, I don't really mind them using their discontinuities for that kind of stuff. Okay, well, let's see if we can find a counter spell. No, okay, but we do actually have an answer for Teferi here with these two spells.
You know what? I'm not done.
So we'll Helix him,
No.
and we'll Prismari command. Do we want to draw? No, we'll just create a treasure token.
Really should have seen that coming.
Yeah, Verdict's pretty useless in this matchup. So I'll just slam Yorion. Fine. Pay for that. As without Yorion, I've very much got nothing to do at this point, so you know, if you've got Teferi number 3, congratulations. No, okay, main phase Memory Deluge is a pretty good sign. Ooh, hello. Hello. So, what are they going to try and do to me here? I wonder. Do I want to send that back? I think I do. Ooh, that's got a sting. Alright, well, I'll play Fable. Give myself the maximum triggers. Back them down to 6, and now I've got no more lives when they try and farewell me again. Yep. Cool, okay. That was very, very comprehensive. So yeah, they're the Azorius Lotus field deck. Yeah, we did pretty well there to punch through proctors and discontinuities and all the rest of it, so pretty happy with that. I mean, I think my main deck's pretty well set up for this matchup. I don't really want verdicts. I suppose change the equation is a decent answer to a turn 3 proctor, so maybe stick a couple of those in. Yeah, again, Chain to the Rocks is an early answer for Proctor, but I don't think we need all of them, so put in another one. I think that'll be fine. These verges are a little bit awkward. Yeah, I'm going to ship this one. Yeah, this is a keep, but it's not great. Okay, Fable makes it a bit less worse. No, they don't have the thing. Okay, well that's good. Don't think I want to Fable into 2 open mana. I've got Stern Lesson I can use instead. That's fine. I'll play Fountain. Hold a cycle with Jetmir's Garden. Emperor's not terrible. Okay. I suppose I could try and play Fable here, and I'd still have Get Lost. Yeah, I could go back on top. It's fine. This main phasing of Memory Deluges. It's very spicy. Okay. Fable it is. Suppose I could have shocked this in and given myself the option for cycling Triome. But actually a 7th land is not the worst thing in this spot. Funny if it did go back on top of your library. What would you even do with it? Who knows? Yeah, Lotus Field when you don't have... not the Emperor. When you don't have any of the end the turn or remove its effects things, it's just not as potent. So I'll shop that in. Then we've got Lesson and Emperor.
Feel the energy of battle, then guide it like water. May your blade strike true.
2 can play at that game.
I'm not overconfident. You're just
And I do it again.
protect the people. We've got the edge in this fight.
I mean, if they want to protect their creature, they can. Nope. Nothing. Nothing to do, eh? I'll hold this up to discard potentially to Stern Lesson. Well, that's pretty bad, isn't it? Well, we'll keep doing the thing. More lands. Please, no more lands. You have fair warning that that I have a Dovin's Veto on top of my library. Do you know what? As farewells go, I've seen worse.
May your blade strike true.
Let's blink our Emperor, put a stop on the end step.
Until next time, then.
This way we get 2 triggers off Emperor.
Feel the energy of battle. Let your blade do the talking.
And we've got a veto as well. It's all getting a bit grindy up in here, but
Guards, to me.
Prismari Command's not bad. Okay. Just grow one of our tokens. I think we can send Yorion at the Emperor. I'll tell you what, we'll send them both at the Emperor, just in case.
I'll be back.
I'll break a horror. Let's just do again. Whenever you cast a spell, just return type of spell you control. Interesting. So I could respond with Prismari Command, which I think I will. So let's deal 2, draw and discard. Helix probably isn't doing much for us here. Okay, they've got their Hullbreaker Horror. We'll play a Fable of the Mirror Breaker. Whenever you cast a spell. Okay. Yeah, do you know what? If you're that desperate to kill the Emperor, you can.
Our swords will cross again.
Is Farewell even any good here? Probably not. Let's get rid of it. You know, Confluence isn't really any better, but... Oh, it's going to be close. Let's pass the turn. Right, I'll send in my flyer. And the Wandering Emperor. Huh. Okay, that can go back. I'll cycle a Ralgrin Triome. More land. Do I care that much about Emperor? I mean, Memory Deluge is the real villain here, so...
I hope you're ready.
How much mana have I got? Enough, so just play Yorion again. Link the Reflection.
We must protect the people.
Oh dear, this is super grindy, isn't it?
Remember your training.
Just a land, okay, it's fine. So I'll chump block. Prismari Command's not terrible, actually. And another Fable, you say? Okay, well... I think... Da-da-dum. Ba-bibbly-bum. So let's... do the thing. Don't need change, don't need Helix. Although, is Helix better than Fable? I think it actually is. Because it can kill Emperor. So I'll attack them with Yorion, because... Then I think let's proactively take out their Wandering Emperor.
Try not to miss me.
Yeah, us blanking this Memory Deluge for so long has been an absolute godsend. I mean, if I draw an answer for Hull, this is actually lethal, so I think I'm going to let it through. Huh? Huh. What have I got? Don't have Revelation. I've got Helix, Prismari Command. Nothing that's hugely leaping out at me, so... What would I take out of my bin? I think... Oh, well, let's just play it safe. Memory Deluge. I do not have a counter for this, so I'm going to have to counter it, I think, with... So we'll let that resolve. I'll play Veto. See, they're still chilling here, aren't they? I kind of admire it on one level. So yeah, take the block. So I could copy, I could cycle. Got 19 cards in my graveyard. They've got a haul. How much mana have I got? 11? Okay, just enough. That's good. So yeah, stick Yorion into play. Ooh, this is a grind. Okay, so that can return my Yorion. So I can Gearhulk in response. Oh dear. It's quite awkward. So they're getting double Deluge. Yeah, they've got me here. Okay, close one, but they did get there. I think our configuration like this is fine, though. Prismari command can go back here. This is the kind of matchup where a No More Lies on their Deluges would have been peak performance, but was not to be. Okay, well, let's veto that. So I dislike it intently. No More Lies the discontinuity. Force them to sack their lands. Good. Just slows them down a bit. Okay, I'm going to Stern Lesson main phase, see if I can grab another land, which I can. So we'll ditch the second Stern Lesson. Okay.
I know what must be
And
done.
we'll take out Teferi with a Get Lost.
I'll have a better plan next time. Hurry.
But they will be able to do many things. Okay, I'll pass the turn. What do they want to do with all this mana? Yikes. So I can't counter that. So I could flash in Gearhulk. But then, yeah, because I kind of have to do this now, because otherwise I lose the... So I'll do a Stern Lesson. What is this? Does this get rid of the stuff in my graveyard? I think it does, so it doesn't really matter what I do. So I'll just ditch the Fable. Yeah, I think I've just got to try and kill them quickly here, because I'm not winning a slow match. Why, thank you. Ah, well. Yeah, that Thought Distortion has probably done it for them, but we'll play it out a little bit further. Yeah, never mind. Yeah, Thought Distortion. Pretty good in that situation. Not sure we could have done anything there, particularly because we couldn't stop their Lotus fields. Yeah, it's fine. Close game. But yeah, the Lotus field Azorius deck having access to something like Thought Distortion in the sideboard and the mana to cast it does make the control mirrors stack up quite favourably for them. But yeah, it was a close one. Two pretty close matches. Couple of plays I could have done better, but on the whole, yeah, this did a pretty decent job. Interesting kind of variant of control. Jeskai Revelation is a very powerful card. Gearhulking into it is kind of, it's very powerful. Not much really to say about that. Whether it's kind of enough to justify 3 colours and kind of taking away the main control package of Teferis and all of the rest of it, I don't know. But it's an interesting experiment, and it's very, as I said, I think I've said, it's a very splashy card. So yeah, interesting. I enjoyed it. But yeah, here's the deck list one more time. Let me know what you think in the comments. Hit those like and subscribe buttons if you haven't already. And I'll see you next time.